Thank you so much, Commissioner, for sharing. And indeed, I really admire the work that you do with Rescue U and with Civil Protection Mechanism and your response to forest fire tragedy. But all of that's happening across the world really makes me wonder, in Klaipėda itself, working at Varpo Gymnasium, we're faced with unique set of risks and vulnerabilities that are changing and shifting based on the context, right? We have Baltic Sea that's dying, basically. Its fauna, its flora is dying, the storm levels are increasing. Now Klaipėda is being threatened with being flooded by 2050. We also have war in Ukraine. We have a breakout, right? And it makes me wonder whether we can anticipate all of the crises of tomorrow. And I think the answer is no. We cannot anticipate the crisis of tomorrow. And I think you very rightly pointed out when you said that, it's about really strengthening the national resilience capacities because they're more tailored to the national context. And that is definitely true. And I agree with you. Also, it made me wonder, in the first part of the discussion, you were talking a lot about the work that you're doing in education in emergency. And as a teacher, I wonder whether we can do more on education on emergencies. Because when we talk about strengthening national capacities, it's also going with strengthening individual capacities. And I worked in the field of disaster risk reduction for the past 8 years, and only when I came to school, I discovered that this is an untapped resource mine, because the question is, will we ever have enough money in DJ Echo to deal with everything that's coming? No, we will never have enough money to respond at our most capacity, or to provide the sufficient response, but we have untapped resources here, which is youth, and which is education, and which is building individual capacities. And working at Varpo Gymnasium and being exposed to students, we started thinking about, okay, what is happening around us? What risks are there? They started mapping the risks and looking for their own solutions. But here as an educator, I'm feeling a bit limited and a bit at loss. Like, is it possible for the EU, for your commission, to provide some additional support to capacity building and on national curriculums, on emergency response, emergency preparedness? So when the disaster happens, and it will definitely, we know people are not the beneficiaries that need humanitarian response, that youth is empowered to take action and can respond in their own local communities. So thank you so much again for the work you do and for this invitation. Thanks.